he just got under there. He's not really done anything yet. I've done all the work. He got under the car so that it would look good on video, fiddling around with these O2 sensors. So we went ahead and replaced the O2 sensors on the car because I'll be honest with you. If I'm being completely honest, I typically never change these out. I think I've changed one set of oxygen sensors out on one of my Fox bodies throughout all these years and all the Fox bodies I've ever owned. It's just something that you tend to forget. And I didn't pull any codes or anything on this, but these things were beat up. Not that it really matters, but these things are OGs. So we just went ahead, pulled them out. Might as well, right? Now, normally I wouldn't just replace oxygen sensors, but on this car, we're really trying to get this thing to run smooth. So whatever we can replace on it, you know, as we go down the line, if we don't know, if we're unsure, we're probably going to replace it. Also, I got one other thing to show you. Check this out. Yeah, so we need some tie rods. And I don't know, honestly, if it's inner or outer. Let me look here. So that's inner and outer tie rods. So we've got to replace those. We have outers on the way, but we don't have inners. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get all that stuff and replace that because we want this thing to track straight and drive good. I mentioned in one of my other videos, I think my last video, about the distributor grounding to the block. You know, I've tried to research this and I can't find anything where anybody's talking about the fact that the distributor itself, the shaft of the distributor, grounds to the block. And it causes all sorts of issues when this thing goes in and out of ground. So without the hold down on it, it was moving ever so slightly and it was clicking. You can take your hold down off, switch the key to the on position, and wiggle that distributor, and as it goes in and out of ground, you'll hear the fuel pump. I think it's a fuel pump. I think you'll hear the fuel pump and something else click inside the car. So there's something going on here with this ground. I don't know the whole story behind it, so if any of you guys can chime in, please let me know how that ground system works there, because I'm very intrigued by it, but I can't really find any information. Anyway, I'm gonna have to get down here and finish this up because Andrew obviously is not gonna finish it today. So let me get down here, do Andrew's job, and I'll get back to you guys in just a few minutes.
I'm finna do something. I'm finna knock this on Jackson. What I'm about to do.
We've got the O2 sensors in. Everything's tightened up, so we're gonna go ahead and start the car up and see what she sounds like. Hopefully better than it did, which it was already running better, but let's see. This is a cold start, so it'll idle high for a minute. All right, here we are. Car is running really good. Like I told you before, I don't know what it is about these cars, but once you start modifying anything about them, they just never seem to idle smooth. They don't run seamlessly, like really smooth, like purr almost. They just, I don't know, it's just part of it. But I mean, overall the car runs good. I mean, as you can tell, we don't have all those weird noises. Now we still do have the smog pump on the car, so you're getting a little bit of that noise, but the pulleys and everything's great. So there you go. There's your proof that the engine's not hurt on this car. I mean, it's quiet as it can be. All right, me and Andrew are going to take the car down the road, see how it does, and I'll report back. Sorry guys, I'm going to go ahead and interject here. So I forgot to make a video after we got back with the car. So at part throttle, at like tip in, as soon as you would touch the throttle and try to accelerate, the car would pop back through the intake and misfire a little bit. That problem has been solved. As far as I know anyway. What we're doing is we're attacking the car as if we're not running any codes or anything. We are replacing parts to see if it fixes the problem. Now we're gonna be replacing these parts anyway, just because I want to go ahead and put new stuff in the car, but at the same time I want this to serve as a lesson to some of you guys that are just throwing money at your car without really testing anything, without pulling codes, without testing components. It's a crapshoot, really, to be honest with you, but that's how we're gonna attack this. So let's go ahead and get to this next clip, because I know this is what you guys want to see. We got a package, guys. Let's go check it out. Tires are flat, but you know, I'm kind of digging the pony wheels on the Retro Fox. I think we get some new tires, put all the way around, paint these wheels up. I'm digging it. I like it. Anyway, guys, that's not what this is about. That's right, we finally got our wheels in. Of course, that's what we've got. And man, I am ready to get these things put on. But UPS ran kind of late, so I don't know if I'm gonna have time to get them put on today. But either way, I'm gonna go ahead, load these things up, and hopefully we can get them put on today. I don't know, we'll see. And for any of you guys wondering, why did you go out and buy another set of wheels when you already have 93 Cobra wheels? Well, these are factory 93 Cobra wheels, so the offset is completely different for a non-Cobra car. So for instance, on my GT, or LX essentially is what this car is, but either way, it's the same thing. When I put these wheels on, they are like way up in the fender well. So the offset's completely wrong. The axles on the 93 Cobra are a little wider. I did have a spacer on them. They looked okay, but then the front wheel sat in too far. So anyway, long story short, guys, they just don't fit the way I want to. I do want to go ahead and mention the fact that we are keeping these wheels. A subscriber sent me these wheels, and I don't want to get rid of them, okay? I appreciate the fact that he sent them to me. I want to use these wheels. I want to keep these wheels just in case, guys. We may run across the 93 Cobra at some point. Maybe it doesn't have the factory wheels on it. This is definitely something that I want to hold on to. As you guys know, I have a channel to run, so all these extra parts really help the channel out. That's why I'm not too hip on selling parts and giving parts away. You never know when we're going to need them for content. So I will be keeping the wheels, and we'll be putting the new wheels on. So I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and get to that. I'll get back to you guys when we get the wheels. There we go, guys. Finally got them on the car. So these look really good. So the finish on these are a little different than stock. As not all of you know, this is more of a hyper coat finish. So if you've never seen it before, the hyper coat is a really bright silver. It almost looks chrome at times, and then sometimes it's darker. Anyway, I had a set of Celine 18-inch Celine wheels back in like 02, 03 that were a hyper coat, and I absolutely love them, and that's very similar to what these are. Andrew's working on getting the last wheel on over there, so we'll roll this thing out here in a few minutes and we'll check it out. Remember that the caster camber is like really off on the car, so it's gonna make it look funky. I do want to say one thing. These are really thin, so if you order these, don't try to knock them out from the back side like with the smaller center caps. Don't do that because you will dent these. You gotta be careful when you put them on. Also, make sure they're kind of resting down like this, and then you just kind of want to tap them. See, they'll move around on you. Right. That's it. Never hit them in the center because these things will bend.
So much better.
Oh yeah, yeah, we can deal with that. So the front absolutely has to come up for sure now. Seeing it like this, but man, the offset is money. I like it. What do you think, Andrew?
I like it.
Yep, it's a little low.
I like it a lot better than the anniversary wheels.
Yeah, I agree. This gives us that Cobra look that we wanted, and I'm happy with it. So.
Not even that they look better; they just like they belong.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of the whole idea, you know, like Andrew said, they look like they belong because essentially, I mean, this is a Cobra clone. Granted, you know, the color's a little different, but even to you guys, you're not going to notice that much of a difference on video. It kind of looks teal. That's in the Dierte. That's that. We've got some other things over here in the box that we're going to look at here in just a second. But now this side on the front, now that looks right. But as you can see, the front sits money. Like, that's perfect. That's the way we want the other side to sit. But for whatever reason, it ain't doing it. All right, let me take you in here real quick. We'll go over a few things that we got for the car on this particular order. So we have the SVE caster camber plates. I'm probably going to go ahead and put those on tonight. Get this thing lined up as good as possible. We have inner and outer tie rods. So there's our inner, there's our outer, and we have some injectors. So I want to talk to you real quick about this because, you know, I'm always telling you guys to save money. Don't just go out and buy parts and blow money and stuff like that, right? Well, I took a gamble on this. So what we're going to do is take a shot in the dark here, and we're going to replace these injectors, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope that that's the problem. You know what? I'm not 100% sure, but it's okay. Hey, we'll have new injectors. You can't complain about that. I'll probably go ahead tonight and get started on the caster camber plates, so we'll see. Guys, now that's a shot right there. Check it out. Now all we need is Andrew's car over here, his black car. Get all these things cleaned up, get them lined up, and get some pictures. Poor old Retro Fox is over there though right now. She's got like 2 different wheels on it. This thing's in sad shape. I've been corrected, Andrew. It's not Borbets. The T is silent, so I guess it's Borbet.
Not in Alabama, it ain't.
Yeah, in Alabama it's Borbets. So here we go. Here's the Borbets. I know you guys really can't see it. It's getting dark, but you know what? They don't look that bad, honestly, but to me they don't look as good as they did on that car. But they're still kind of cool. Either way, though, we don't have but 2 of them, so... And, you know, they would need to be completely refinished. And I don't know if you guys have ever looked, but a set of these Borbet wheels are stupid expensive. Maybe I can get it with my buddy and get those other 2 back, though, just to have as an option. Because I do like changing the wheels up, obviously. Yeah, Andrew says they look really good on the Calypso, and I must agree. So hopefully tomorrow, if it stops raining, we'll get this thing out and I'll get it cleaned up and get some videos for you guys and get some more pictures to put up on Instagram. But right now I got to get this thing in here and start on the caster camber plates, which that's no big deal. I actually have a video on caster camber plates already. So what I'll do is I'll put it right here for you guys. So here's a video to basically a full install of caster camber plates. I don't know how much I'll be able to video. I'll try to at least do one side for you guys, and they're really fairly simple. But hey, if you've never done it, you don't know, right? So I'll catch you guys inside. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the caster camber plate on this side. We've already done it on that side. Now these things can get confusing.
Shot me the bar rock with the fuck middle finger up, cook 'em in the crock pot. Hot bad while he's running, what up? You ain't never seen me coming. Shut up, all my critics, mind your business. Ain't hear nothing but some crickets. Butter you up like homemade biscuits. Don't kiss ass, but damn sure kick it. Bitches, I'm up in